Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we're going to be doing one of our final NFL offseason reviews. So in this video, we're going to be covering the NFC South. So if you are a New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, or Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, this is the video for you. Pretty interesting division here. We got three teams that are really by far nowhere near the Buccaneers. So should be an interesting one. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. This is a young team, so they do have some learning to do. They do have a newer head coach. This is his second year coaching, Dave Canales. So, he's a good coach, but let's go ahead and take a look at the key adds. So, starting off first, Trevon Moehrig, starting safety coming over from the Raiders. After they lost Jeremy Chin, they haven't really found a replacement here, so Moehrig should fit in well and fill that void with Chin leaving there a couple years ago in free agency. Also brought in Rico Dowdle, solid running back. He ran for 1,000 yards as the starter for the Cowboys, so now he's going to be probably looking at backup role because Chuba Hubbard's there. So Rico Dowdle, solid backup running back, can't complain there. Bobby Brown III, one of the more underrated people on the Rams' interior defensive line. He should work out well with Derek Brown as long as Derek Brown stays healthy. I believe he was hurt last year, so that definitely took a hit. But he should work in well, and he could learn a little bit from Derek Brown as well. So I like that move. And then in the draft, they went ahead and drafted Tedero McMillan and Nick Squirton. They're both needs. So your wide receiver core is bad, so you go out and get the best wide receiver in Tedero McMillan. And you've been lacking edge ever since getting rid of Brian Burns. So going out and getting Squirton is a solid move. I thought he had a chance to sneak in at the back of the first round. He ended up falling, I believe it was, to the second round, so I like that pick there. Their previous record was 5-12. I think that they made the moves to improve, especially because the key departures were none, so they didn't really lose anyone that I felt was all that important to the team. So I would say this is a pretty good offseason, so I think they should do better than the 5-12 record from last year. Next up, the New Orleans Saints. This is an interesting team because they're a younger team who is also in cap trouble, it seems like, every offseason. Maybe this was the year that they finally decided to actually blow it up, eat the dead money, and actually have salary cap to make moves in free agency. So taking a look next at the key adds. First, you got Justin Reed, solid safety, coming over from the Chiefs. He should work in well. No complaints there. I like the move. Brandon Cooks, solid veteran wide receiver. That's what this team needs. They're young. I'm not saying Brandon Cooks is going to go out there and win you games. Maybe back in the day when he was younger, sure. But I think he could definitely bring in some veteran presence to a wide receiver room that's mainly led by Chris Olave, who's a young guy, and Rashid Shaheed, another young guy. So I like that move there. A good vet to help mentor this young offense. Another big one is Kelvin Banks Jr., their first-round pick. He's going to slide in on that offensive line, and he's going to be expected to start early. And I like the move. I think he should be able to do good. Tyler Shuck is the final key add. He's in a QB battle right now with Spencer Rattler. Not sure who's going to win, but with the new head coach, Kellen Moore, he was the choice at quarterback. They wanted him in the second round, so I believe that I would say that he kind of had the inside track. If you take a look at key departures, Tyrann Mathieu, he left. Not too big of a loss because you got Justin Reed to replace him, so not going to talk too much there. Peyton Turner, kind of an underrated D lineman. Same with Willie Gay, so that's going to be there's going to be some holes there you're going to have to fill. Lucas Patrick was a starting offensive lineman. Kelvin Banks should be able to fill in there. Paulson Adebo, starting corner, you're going to feel that. MVS, not too big of a problem. You got Brandon Cooks, and then Ryan Ramczyk, he retired. They went 5-12 last year. I don't see the Saints going 5-12 again. I think they're going to be one of the worst teams in football. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons. So taking a look at key adds first, bring in a guy like Leonard Floyd. Now, Leonard Floyd is not a guy that's going to go out there and be your star on defense, but he's a guy that you could definitely see production from as long as he does not have the entire workload put on him. I like Leonard Floyd. I think he's good. I'm just not exactly sold on this defense to a point where we can see a lot of production from him this year. Their other first-round pick, or their first first-round pick, was Jalen Walker. Good player here from Georgia, kind of an linebacker edge hybrid, so they got a lot of places that they could end up playing him. Another guy, one of my favorite guys in the draft, James Pierce Jr., they traded back up to get him. This was a team that was really bad at rushing the passer, so they went ahead, drafted a pass rusher, and then they also went ahead and traded back into the first round to get another one of the top pass rushers. I like that move. I like being aggressive. The Falcons see the window, so they want to attack it now. And I like how they did that. I think those were good moves. Xavier Watts, young safety, really inexperienced because he's learning the position in college. So there is a ton of potential, and I think he should fit in well. I like him as a prospect. He is going to take some coaching, but with Raheem Morris, a defensive-minded head coach, I don't see why we can't, or the Falcons wouldn't be able to turn him into a stud. Key departures, Grady Jarrett, that's going to hurt. Solid defensive lineman for you for years. You're going to definitely feel the pain there. Matt Judon, edge rusher. He was solid. Didn't really play that good last year, but solid guy through the past couple of years. Shouldn't hurt too much because you went and got 2 in the draft. Drew Dolman, starting offensive lineman, he's out. That's going to hurt. And Justin Simmons, starting safety, so that's also going to hurt. Maybe Watts will be able to step in. 8-9 record. It's going to be interesting. I think they're kind of floating around that same record for the Atlanta Falcons. Finally, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As you can see, not a lot of typing on here because the Buccaneers are by far the clear favorites. And when you're the by far clear favorites, you don't have a lot of money to work with. So that's where the Bucs are at. Taking a look at some key ads here. Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick's a good edge rusher. Had some problems with the Jets, I believe it was, last year, so he didn't play the entire season. As long as he hits the ground running, I don't see why he wouldn't be good. Should work in well onto a good defense already. Should be able to improve that pass rush. I like that signing. And then through the draft, the first-round pick was Emeka Egbuka. Kind of an interesting pick here because, you're essentially drafting yourself your wide receiver 3. But I was thinking about it a little bit more. I kind of understand it. You got 2 aging receivers. You're not sure how Chris Godwin's going to bounce back from injuries. So I do see a world where Buka is involved in this offense early, and I think he has a pretty good chance to be good. I mean, I view him a lot similar to Chris Godwin, so he should be able to fit in well if Godwin is not ready to go to start the year. And then Benjamin Morrison, another one of the secondary prospects that I liked. This is a corner, though, instead of a safety. Should work in well. He does need a little bit of coaching, but, Todd Bowles, I believe he's a defensive-minded head coach as well. Should be able to get him going as long as they invest the time and don't rush him into things. I think he has the chance to be one of the better corners from this draft class, in my opinion. Key departures, none. They didn't really lose anything too important, in my opinion. Previous record was 10-7. I think that they will be at least 10-7. I think the Bucs have a chance to win more games than they did last year. The Bucs, they got a good roster. I can't complain. I like the Bucs a lot. I think they will definitely win the division, and I think they're a sneaky team in playoffs. It really just depends on Chris Godwin. Once he does get back healthy, we know the type of receiver he is. We know what Mike Evans is. Mike Evans is going for a record, trying to get another 1,000-yard season. But that's my rankings. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think. When it comes to this video, that's all we got. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden and NFL content, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.